Mm.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Thank you for coming on and having a little chat with me.
You are very
So,
welcome.
tell us, how long have you been a Tropic Ambassador for?
Oh, how long? Is it 5 years? How long
Well,
have you been in it?
I've been about 5.5, and you're pretty early on, I think.
Yeah, so I must be 5 years in August.
Okie dokie. Exciting, your 5-year anniversary.
Or is it 4 years? Yeah, it must be five. Oh no, maybe five.
Anyway, whatever. So, tell us a little bit about why you actually became an ambassador in the first place. What was it that made you decide to do it?
Well, I'd used the products for about a year beforehand because I have rosacea on both of my cheeks. I actually think they look a bit blushy this morning, but I like the blush.
Yeah.
But I've had rosacea, everything affected my skin. I was really sensitive to the point that I wouldn't put any even moisturizer on my face because I was so scared of it making it really red. And it wasn't just red, it was bumpy, it was spotty, it was very sensitive, it was sore. And so I always tried lots of different things. And actually it was coming to did I come to a party? No, because I knew you already, but then you started.
Did you come to my launch? I think I gave you a borrow bag.
Yeah, you did. You gave me a borrow bag because I'd already known you from Stella and Dot, and then you gave me a borrow bag and said, look, just try it. So I tried it for a week. Then I was just a customer for quite a long time.
Yeah, so I think it's actually your 4-year anniversary.
Is it 4 years?
I think it must be, because I think you were a customer for quite a long time, and I was thinking to myself, Sarah needs to be an ambassador. What's she doing?
I think it was because I was about to put in quite a big order of nearly £200, I remember. And I think that we were at your dining room table and you said, no, if you're going to put in an order of £200, why on earth would you not just do it?
Yeah.
And it's a confidence thing, I think. It's can I do it? God, I'm not sure. And I'm quite a socially confident person, but I thought the thought of it would frighten me a little bit. But then actually, when you said it and you were like, £200, you get all this stuff, you may as well just do it. There's no pressure to sell a certain amount or anything like that. Why don't you just give it a go? And then I said, fine, I'm just going to do family and friends, just family and friends. And you were like, okay, because everybody says that, don't they? They go, just start family and friends.
Yeah.
And that's how I started.
And roll on 4 years or whatever we've decided it is.
10 years.
And you are now a senior leader with Tropic.
I am.
You regularly sell, we were just talking earlier, weren't we, about £1,500 personally a month.
That's what I aim for.
Sales, and you combine that with something else, don't you? You're not only a Tropic skincare ambassador, you are mummy, of course, to your 2 lovely boys. And what else do you do?
And I'm a teacher, so I'm a PE teacher as well. So when I've had my first son, Finn, I dropped down to 2 days. When I had my second son, Elliot, 3 days. Then I dropped down to 2 days when I had Elliot. And I needed something to plug the gap. And actually, if I hadn't have managed to plug the gap as well as I have, I would have had to go back. My husband's also a teacher. I would have had to go back minimum 4 days, I think, just for our family to be able to pay for everything and our lifestyle and things. So the fact that when I started Tropic, so Finn would have been about 5, and he 5 or 6. And actually the amount that I now earn from Tropic pays me more than school. So actually I've been able to stay at 2 days a week.
Which is amazing.
And then I do my Tropic business for 3 days a week. But honestly, I probably do it 2 and 2. I probably do 2 days a week Tropic, 2 days a week school. And then actually Friday nights, I tend to do a lot of pampering and one-to-ones and facials and things. So I kind of managed to balance.
And then you have a day off. So you're telling me you have a weekday off?
Friday in the day is that I go to the gym which I feel really lucky about. Or even if I'm doing a bit of Tropic, I tend to sit on the bike at the gym and I fire off a few messages. And I suppose that's one of the best things about it, that I can do those things at the same time. So I tend to run my business on a bit of, like, I do it even if I'm out. I like to be on the go, so it means that I'm not strapped to a desk. I'm not I quite often do some training, or I watch a video while I'm putting the washing away, or I do something like that, which actually in our life and with a busy family, the kids do lots of clubs and things.
I find that I'm a multitasking queen. So if I've got something I want to learn about, a new product, for example, our brand new relief, that
Love the
for-
relief.
I was just going to ask you actually in a minute. I'm going to come on to that because it's for rosacea, isn't it? But I was watching a training video. Susie Ma did a fabulous training video, didn't she, for the ambassadors? And I was doing my ironing whilst watching and listening to Susie and learning. I do that sort of thing. I'm always watching and learning whilst I'm doing other jobs that I need to do around the house. I think, want someone to do something well, ask a busy person who can multitask, right? But
I do that all the time. I do that
Yeah.
all the time. I do because it sounds very cliche, but Tropic doesn't feel like I'm working. Like in my head, my work is when I'm at school and I'm teaching the kids, and I'm doing all of that bit. Tropic isn't my work because I really generally enjoy it. So even if it's learning about, I don't know, like the structure of the skin, or I'm doing my little badges that help me learn, like I really love that because it's so different from what I normally do. So actually I thoroughly enjoy it. It is work because it pays me. It pays me for work, but I don't feel like it's work.
Yeah, absolutely. And what difference has it made to you and your life? I mean, obviously now you said you didn't have to go back to working 4 days a week, so it's enabled you to be sort of flexible with your family life, and be there a bit more maybe for your kids and extra school runs and that sort of thing. Is there any other differences you think it's made to you and your family?
That's the biggest one because I'm there. The kids, if I worked 5 days a week, I mean, those of people that are watching that are teachers will understand, like teaching, my husband's a teacher, you were a teacher, like it's so like restrictive. So you have your holidays, yes, woohoo, like we have a nice summer holiday, but other than that, you are out the door at 7 and you are back at like 6. You can't do anything in the day. It means the kids don't have to go to breakfast club. It means they don't have to go to after school care, not every day. They have to do that a couple of days a week. But Tropic is actually, it sounds so, again, like it sounds a bit cliche, but that is so important to me that the boys have had me at home or dropping them off 3 days out of the week. And Chris doesn't earn enough to sustain our family without me bringing in a proper wage. Like to have one of their parents, I know lots of people that have to, and there's no, people they have to make a living. People have to drop their kids super early and pick them up quite late. I feel really lucky that I found something that means I've been able to be there, especially when the boys have been young. So especially when they've been really, really little, and I've been able to be there for them, which is great.
Yeah, that's very good. Have you been able to save up for anything or do any treats and things like that? I want to say you did a family holiday, didn't you?
We did.
Someone else, if I got confused. No,
we did go to Mexico, but that isn't what. Oh, do you know what? It's funny. I should turn the computer around. So we've just had shutters put all in the front of our house, and that was solely from my Tropic, which I
love that.
Really wanted the shutters, although at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's sunny, they don't keep the sun out, so I'm going to have to actually get a little mask. But I paid for that solely through Tropic, and then we also had our downstairs bathroom. So there's things that like they just would have had to wait, like we just wouldn't have been able to do those, but we've been solely through me. We have got these little extras that are just
love that.
really
love that.
Cool.
And I was talking to Gina last week, and she is saving for flights to go to America for her brother's wedding. And every time Gina's saved up for, because she's got a big family, so, and Gina's got 4 children, every time she's like got enough money for another flight, she like sends me a message and goes, that's 1 more flight. That's 2 flights now. And it's really, really good. Yeah, I love that. So have you got any advice for anybody that's thinking about becoming an ambassador themselves?
I would honestly say what I always say to everyone is just do it. We all have elements of self-doubt where you think, oh God, I couldn't do that. Why would anyone buy anything from me? Like I couldn't do that. The products are so nice. What I say to a lot of my new ambassadors, get it on as many people as possible. You'd be shocked with how many people go, oh, that smells amazing. Oh, that feels amazing. Just be confident in your own ability to sell things, because you're not actually selling something. When the product is good, you're not having to be pushy. So it doesn't feel, people are really quick to go, oh no, I couldn't sell it. No, I just couldn't do it. Like, just maybe give it a go, because the thing is, there's no real downside. There's no targets. There's no pressure. There's lots of help if you need it, but you don't actually have to use it if you didn't need it. You could just start your own business and quietly kind of chip away. But I would say just go for it. The worst case scenario, which is what I think about in everything in my life, I think, what is the worst that can happen? Because I am a bit of a worrier. The worst thing that can happen is that you have loads of nice skincare and you don't say anything. That's the worst thing. So if that's the worst thing that can happen.
That's what I always say to people, is the worst thing that can happen is you spend 198 quid, you get about £600 worth of skincare, you never sell it to anyone, but you buy it for yourself for 25% off for the rest of your life.
I know.
That's literally the worst case scenario. And I think that's a pretty good worst case scenario, right? So yeah.
Well, that's what I always think. I always say, what's the worst if that's the worst that can happen, then that's probably the best option you're ever going to have in your life.
Absolutely. And the best case scenario is it can really make a difference to your life, just like it's made a difference to your life, and just like it's made a huge difference to my life as well. Thank you very much, Sarah. Oh, actually, one more thing. Tell us about Relief. I'm very interested to know your thoughts, because I don't have rosacea, so I really want to know about people who it's helping.
Well, I think, because I was just going to say to you then, because talking about you saying, well, it's made a difference to your life. It's made a difference to my life financially and with the kids. But my skin, when you don't have great skin, it affects everything. Like, I used to look at people, this is so funny to admit, but I used to look at people with amazing skin and be like, oh my God, like, and people with amazing skin probably don't even think twice about their amazing skin. But when you have troublesome skin, or whether you have acne or rosacea, or you have, I don't know, whatever, psoriasis, when you have those things, it makes you look at other people and go, oh my God, I wish I just had nice skin. And actually, Tropic, just the products, so take away the business side of it, but the products themselves have really changed my life, because they've really increased my confidence, because I used to have to wear makeup to the gym, which I hated because I was sweating and horrible, but I was so mortified at how bad my skin was that I used to have to wear makeup in the gym. And now I don't have to wear makeup in the gym. I just put some moisturizer on. And Relief, actually, the funny thing is with that is that when sometimes you put moisturizer, because you're sort of moving around the skin and you're moving around your face, you do get a bit red because you're kind of stimulating blood flow. Whereas Relief, because it's got the caffeine sort of extract in there and things like that, it restricts the sort of blood vessels that are coming too high through the skin, and it also helps to strengthen the compromised barrier. So like my barrier here used to be so thin, almost you could see little thread veins.
Right.
Whereas I think when you put that on, for a brief second when you put it on, you might be a bit rosy, but my God, does it sort of really like gives you a really nice even complexion. So actually
it glides on, doesn't it? It glides on. Yeah,
so it's not thick. And if you suffer from rosacea or anything like that, you shouldn't really have too many thick creams on your face. So it's it's kind of light, it goes in quite quickly, makes your face feel really, really soft. But Tropic gives me, like, I feel like it's very glowy. It's one of those things people say, but it actually does make your skin feel really glowing. You can't cover up bad skin with makeup. You can still see it looks awful. But if your skin is sorted out, the makeup that you put over the top just looks
Which is actually partly why I really, really love the reason why Susie made Relief in the first place, because of the ambassador that said to her, Susie, can you please make some makeup that's going to combat the redness and it's going to combat my rosacea? And Susie thought, actually, no, I don't want to make a makeup for that. I want to make a product so that you know, to actually help with your skin, so you don't feel the need to cover it up with the makeup, which I think is fab. So.
And redness is an aging thing, like it's where your skin barrier does get thinner, and then you can see it happens on your nose, it happens on your cheeks. So actually the compromising of the skin barrier part is really important for that moisturizer, because it actually strengthens that itself, which is great. It's all your sort of the structures underneath your skin and the collagen and things. So the fact that it helps a compromised skin barrier is I give it a double thumbs up.
And weirdly, actually, you talk about aging and like hormones and things like that as well. Like, it's only been in the last, I would say, 2 years that I do actually sometimes get a red nose. So there's me saying I don't get skin redness and rosacea, but I actually do some days wake up with a really red nose, and I'm like, what is that even about? So actually, I'm going to need to. Next time I get a red nose on one of those strange days where I have no
It's on
idea
the
why.
really.
I know. I used to think it was drinking gin.
I mean, that probably doesn't help.
Anyway, thank you so much for talking to me, Sarah. I feel like I'm like a talk show host.
Oh, my doorbell's just gone. That might be a Tropic delivery.
That was good timing. Go and enjoy your Tropic delivery. Bye bye.